Hello everyone, and I'm back! I'm Emerald Lupin, and I am back with Let's Play Epic Battle Fantasy V version 2.0. Last time I started, the party decided, the party decided, whatever, however you want to look at it, the party decided to explore the first of the multiple optional dungeons in this game, the Freezeflame, the Freezeflame Dungeon. We got through the ice side, as you can see. Well, I can't go that way. See, we got through the first gate. Need to get through the other gate to get to the boss. Bosses, whatever. But, also, as a reminder, you can also look at this sign, right? My fingers keep slipping. Right here. Okay, you can read that. Just pause the video to read that. But basically, just as a reminder, these optional dungeons like the Grand Gallery, these fights scale up with your characters. You don't get any AP, gold, or experience for beating them. You do get items, you know, they still do drop items and so on, but that's about it. And these dungeons are full of optional, you know, extra treasures, extra equipment, and the resources, and bosses you can fight. But I looked over my equipment that I have, well, not just on, but in stock. And I'm really not sure the party has enough fire resist. I'm not sure the party has enough fire resistant equipment to really take on the fire half of this dungeon. Or even, okay, so let's just get this treasure, a magma chunk. But yeah, I really don't think the party has the equipment necessary to handle the fire half of this dungeon, and or what comes after you do both halves of the dungeon, the boss, so on and so on. So I am actually going to come back to this dungeon a little bit later when the party has some better equipment. I know you probably, some of you might have actually wanted me to do the fire and ice sides at the same time, but I really just don't think I'm properly prepared for it. I mean, now look, we got the officer's coat, and the officer's hat is also fire resistant, but there's not really a lot of fire resistant material. Certainly not enough to cover everyone in the party. Even a little bit. And I would like, you know, since some of the players are in backup, I would like them to have some fire resistance. But I just don't think that's possible with the current equipment. So let's actually just keep on going. Oh, also, a technical note from myself. Since I have been having so many issues trying to fine-tune the sound, I have everything set up the same way before, except a little less certain as to what I had my laptop volume at last time. For reference from myself, it is at laptop volume is at 20%. So, hold on. Sorry about that. Testing, making sure the microphone is well, then my voice is being picked up on it, because I still remember that time with the headset where the microphone was obviously not aligned with my mouth. That's going to bug me for the rest of my life. Sorry about that. I had a delivery at the door, so. Anyway, so yeah, note from myself, computer volume is at 20%. I'll see how it turns out. I hope the background music is loud enough for you guys to hear, but for now, I'm going to go back to the Rainbow River, and the party is going to progress further with the plot. Still trying to get down the Lance voice. Do you guys like that? Actually, that's a good question. Do you guys like that I do the different voices for the characters? I try to give Natalie, you know, just a higher pitch voice for a girl. I give Anna the southern accent because I think it fits her. Lance the deep voice, and Matt I just give my regular voice because at one point with these games I thought about giving him a surfer dude accent. I don't know why, but it just didn't work out with the lines that he had. But do you guys like that I do the voices for the characters? Do you like the voices that I use for the characters? Tell me. Tell me in a comment down below. So, where were we? Right, I need to try and get the lance first. So, so what exactly is our plan? I really need to find a deep voice that I can do a lot that won't hurt my throat. So what exactly is our plan of action now? So what exactly is our plan of action now?
Well, we can't cross the water to the southern continent yet. We'd get swept away by the currents if we tried to swim. We need to find some other way around it.
Oh, I know! We need to find a raft! People at Hope Harbor use them all the time.
But we didn't see any rafts when we were there.
They were all scuttled by huge waves when the meteor hit, I think. The only guy who knows how to make them, ironically, lives across the river.
At the edge of the Mystic Woods! You're talking about the raft maker, yeah? That's where he lives, and we can get there if we go west from Greenwood Village.
Yeah, let's head there then. Okay, so can't get that. Interesting thing underwater right there. I wonder what those are for. We've seen quite a few of those. We saw one underground in the evil temple of that cult-like place under the weapons shop. Hope Harbor weapons shop. One in the Grand Gallery and one there. That's interesting.
Alright guys, we're almost... Alright guys, we're almost to Greenwood Village. This is my home, so don't you dare try anything funny, okay? Lance, you should try to look as sorry as possible, so that you're not lynched for your crimes.
Like this?
Maybe. Matt and No Legs, I've gathered that you're a bunch of filthy thieves, so don't even try stealing anything from my village.
My reputation travels fast.
Offended by accusations?
You are a pair of dirty thieves. Welcome to Greenwood Village. Fascists not welcome, though.
Is there something hidden there? Let's see. Nope. Nope.
Who are you? Hey. Steve. Hi, Steve. You guys defeated the fascists? Thank God, Cat. I thought I'd be forced to hold them off on my own. This town's been besieged by fascists on one end and monsters on the other. Hey! Why is their leader with you? I've been shamefully forced to retire. I'm no longer your enemy. Hey. Okay. Yeah, notice the camo helmet changed colors to red. I don't know if it changes to other colors or if it's just red in the picture there. Okay, so we've got Red Pill. Permanently increases lance evade and accuracy by 1%. And Cola buffs magic attack by 60%. Okay. Hello, goat. Can't get through there. Oh, listen. Isn't that beautiful music? Listen to that. That is the instrumental version of A Breeze from Home. Oh. That is such a lovely song. Okay. This can't get in. Okay, but I see treasure. Let's see. Okay. Here's the pub. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink. Here's the public library. If you ever have time to read about in-depth blah. Ugh, I messed up my line again. Let me try. If you ever have some time to read about in-depth battle strategies, this is the place to do it. They've also got the only computer in the whole town. What kind of backwards town is this? First, let's take care of this. Okay. Can't get around. If you take anything from here, I'll make sure you bring it back. Noted, Anna. Okay. White feather. Okay, 3 white feathers, 2 pieces of leather, and a hat and a female hat. Curly horns level 1. Become a cow. Or a demon? Probably a cow. Dispel, siphon, dispel resistance, siphon, and disable resistance, and stagger and confusion. So the curly horns have a definite protection against a lot of status effects. Almost missed this. Potato and an earth ball. 2 earth balls and a potato. I'm sorry. Okay, is there anything else hidden around here? That's a goat. And there's something can't get to. Aha! A turnip permanently increases Anna, not Lana. Ugh, too many Lance items, I guess. Permanently increases Anna's attack and defense by 2%. And chips. Heals all living party members for 60% of their max HP and stuffs them for 2 turns. That's, I know they look like French fries, but that's what the British call them. Chips. That's what the British call French fries. Chips. Oh, you again.
Hikari. Lance, my love. You've come...
Oh, right. I forgot.
Like... Lance, my love, you come to be with me again.
Ugh. Oh, that's... I am sorry, I keep screwing up these lines, and I'm trying to remember. I gave her, like, a Valley Girl accent before, and I'm trying to orient myself to it.
Like, whatever. Lance, my love, you come to be with me again. I missed you greatly.
Oh, it's this one again. I think I gave her the wrong idea when I kidnapped her. She might be soft in the head.
I fantasize about you every moment of every day. You're so brave and wonderful. Being apart only makes me yearn for you even more.
Oh dear. Look, girl. Look, girl. I only needed you for your childbearing capabilities. There is and never was any love between us. And since my plan was aborted prematurely, you are nothing to me. Please don't sue me for my crimes. I think you should be sued for your crimes. I think you should be sued a lot for your crimes, dude.
Playing hard to get, are we? That's okay. I'm sure you'll find your way back to me eventually. I'll be watching you from afar. Always. Ew.
Indeed. Oh no! No, Lance, you deserve this. You totally deserve something like this after what you did. You wanted a girl to like you? Well, now one likes you. Why don't you, and she's gonna keep liking you and stalking you forever. How does it feel, Lance? Ah, karma. Hikari! Actually, Hikari and her crush on Lance have been a thing since Game 3. And you're Karen. She runs the steroid shop. See, here are your steroids. Again, their price... If these work anything like the steroids in the last games... Were they in Game 3? I forget. I haven't bought any steroids in this game before, but if they're anything like how they worked in the other games, the price of each steroid will double when you buy one. So this piece of crispy bacon, if I bought one, the price of the next crispy bacon would be 2,000. See? Okay. And actually the prices probably stay the same between the different steroid shops. So the one at the market in Hope Harbor, its prices were probably... Oh, it's you again, Karen. You got me. This is the exciting life I've returned to. Sarcasm aside, thanks for saving me earlier. We get chocolate milk, cake, and espresso. Nice, a few free steroids. But, I want to say that... Yeah, I want to say, I haven't seen this for certain, because again, I haven't bought any steroids in this game, but I want to say that the prices at each of the steroid shops will stay the same. So if I bought a piece of crispy bacon at this steroid shop, then went back to the one at the market in Hope Harbor, the crispy bacon there would be $2,000. Are you following me? Is this making sense? Okay. Anyway, let's go in the library after I check and see how long it's been. Minus a few minutes. Okay. Lost it.
So many books! This is heaven!
This is hell. I'm bored already. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, look at that. I remember this. I remember, this is one of the upgrades. This is one of the upgrades to Greenwood Village. To Greenwood Village. Okay, yes, it's an upgrade to Greenwood Village. But, it's an upgrade to the game. This is one of the version differences. An extension to the library with a new area. First, let's talk to you in your puppy hat.
Hello.
Jolly. Oh, a visitor. Welcome to Greenwood Library. We've got books on everything you'd ever need to know. If you want details about battle mechanics or other stuff, feel free to browse our collection. Our monster hunting series is particularly impressive. Yeah, I think I'm fine just hitting things and seeing what happens.
Don't be rude, Matt. We could really use this opportunity to study and prepare ourselves. There's a lot you won't be able to figure out with just brute force.
Yeah, you got Natalie angry. And who are these three? Oh, look, a music CD. Actually,
it looks like someone's been studying an old legend. It says that three spiritual stones exist somewhere in this world, which may activate a portal to another world. No one alive today knows what lies within this mysterious world.
Interesting. How very interesting. I'm sure that won't come up at all. We can't interact with the computer? That's sad. Who are you three?
Hello.
Girl C.
Hey, have you been... You're on a quest, right? Have you had a look at the options menu lately? Just a friendly reminder that you can make the game easier or harder at any time, and change all sorts of other preferences. I like the option that protects my modesty, but I'm probably the only one. Sigh. I'm probably the only one.
Oh, Natalie, I would turn that on too, but honestly, it's not that I don't want to turn it on, it's just that it's the default setting, so I just go with the default. I mean, it doesn't... I'm sorry, Natalie. Oh, you're making me feel bad.
Girl A, please don't talk to me. I'm just taking a quick break to regenerate my concentration. I need to get back to studying soon.
Okay. How about Girl B?
I've read every book here, but there's not much point since they're all about fighting, and I rolled some terrible stats at birth. I'd be killed instantly in a real fight. Oh well, there's more to life than just fighting monsters. I'm kind of jealous of you, Anna, but dang, you brought back some weird friends this time.
Yeah, they're pretty weird, alright. I hope being weird is the worst thing they get caught doing. Oh dear. So, now that we are in the library, well, first let's get this treasure chest. 2 coffee, that's good, and an apple. Again, I mentioned this way back in probably one of the earliest videos, but is it just me? Maybe it's just my eyes. Tell me if you guys... 2 apples. Maybe you guys can tell me. Pardon me. Testing. I guess that's 2 edits I'm gonna have to do. Ugh, that's annoying. Okay, is it just my eyes, or did you guys too, that the apple right here, the apple slice, kind of looks like a hot dog? Is it just me? That's what I thought at first. I mean, I see it now, but it's just, whatever. Okay, so there's that. And now, what shall we do now? Let's let's do what Natalie said and study. Actually, the mouse probably... Yeah, the mouse is definitely better. Okay. How much time you want to spend preparing for battle is totally your choice. Changing and upgrading equipment regularly, scanning enemies, finding optional treasure, and planning battle strategies will make battles much easier, but will also consume a lot of extra time. Remember that you can change difficulty settings at any time outside of battle. Nice. Let's see what... See, this bottom shelf and this middle shelf are two different things, so remember to click on both of them if you want to read. When a piece of equipment is upgraded, the chances of random effects activating increases. The exact chances of activation are a mystery, but stronger effects generally activate less frequently than weaker effects, so balance is preserved. A skilled warrior must gain experience with many equips. Yes, they must. The defend command may be useful against bosses and powerful enemies who can charge up a huge attack. Some equipment also gives additional buffs within the defend when defend is used. So if you choose the best effect, it may nullify the enemy attack completely. The invisible and enchanted status effects are very powerful if used correctly. Also, some equipment can even turn a defend into an offensive buff. Right. I lost track. Remember that some crafting items can be used offensively in battle, and may be useful if your other skills have been disabled in some way. You can also change equipment during combat, and this may be worthwhile in battles with many waves, but it will also be harder to compare equipment stats this way. Okay. Okay, so that's both of those. Okay, bottom shelf here. What is this thing? I've seen it before. Never be afraid to run from a battle. A good strategy could be entering a battle, scanning the enemies, learning their weaknesses, running away, and then preparing yourself with more effective equipment. I've done that. I'm probably going to do that a lot more. Potentially. There's no penalty for doing so, and running away always succeeds. There are very few battles where you cannot attempt to flee. That's true. Always remember that. You can always run away and prepare yourself. There's no penalty and no shame for it, no matter what Matt might think. Bonus skills are those that are learned from NPCs or somehow found in treasure chests. Yes, you found this skill in treasure chests. Well, I guess it's like the modern Tomb Raider games where Lara Croft finds codexes or ancient documents detailing these skills or abilities, so on, like Rise of the... No, it would be Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I don't think the Tomb Raider reboot did something like that, though. No, definitely not. They can be learned by one of several players and can later be moved to a different player at no cost without losing any upgrades. This can possibly be exploited. But anyway, remember to think about which player benefits most from each bonus skill, and that each player can only learn 8 of them. Like I said, with Matt learning Shock, and how useful that is, because it gives him a thunder attack 1, and also it's a physical attack, which plays off his strong attack stat. Ugh. Okay, so that, Foes can surrender in battle if they feel they are going to lose soon. This usually depends on the HP ratio of the two sides, so hurting foes or healing allies can trigger this. Surrendered foes will flee on their next turn, and battle rewards will be earned whether you show mercy or not. Foes may also surrender if all players have the lovable status. So that's one way. I remember if you're trying to catch an enemy, a foe that has surrendered will always give in immediately when you try to capture them. Most foes can be captured, even bosses. Only a few foes cannot be captured, and you'll recognize these because you won't even be able to target them with the capture skill. If you accidentally slay a foe that you wish to capture, there may be a way to encounter it again later, like the Grand Gallery. Okay, that top shelf is... Okay, that top shelf isn't actually a thing. When attempting to capture a foe, the chances of success can be seen in how many times the box shakes. 3 shakes means that it was very close, either way. Less shakes means the outcome was more obvious. There is some randomness involved, but it is quite small. But it is quite small. Relying on luck will usually not be enough to capture a foe. 3 shakes, isn't that just like a Pokeball? When attempting to capture a foe, the chances of success can be seen... Wait. Wait, this is the bottom shelf, I guess. Positive status effects, defensive buffs, and high HP on the target. On a target foe will make it very hard to capture. So I guess this is the capturing section. I guess this is like a run of shelves for battling, and this is for capturing. Will make it very hard to capture. Debuffing its defense, magic defense, and especially evade will make it easier to capture. However, offensive buffs or debuffs have no effect on the rate of capture. Okay, so this is another reason why the fuzzy worm, one of the first enemies you can get to capture, is such a useful friend for capturing other foes, because it debuffs evade by 80%. That's a big drop, and it will also take a long time. It would take 16 turns for that to wear off completely by itself. More reading. When aiming to capture monsters, it helps greatly to be prepared. Some equipment improves a player's chances of catching monsters, while other equipment may trigger counterattacks that will unintentionally kill the monster. I'm sure that's happened before. I can't remember specifically, but yeah, I know that's happened before. The good luck status effect will also improve the player's chances. It's a little bit of finesse here. Trying to capture a monster which is surrendered will always be successful, like I said. But stronger monsters are much less likely to surrender. Frozen or stunned monsters are very unlikely to evade capture, and other negative status effects may also improve chances slightly, with Siphon and Bad Luck being some of the more notable examples. More books. What's this section about? There's no way for certain to know the properties of a foe's attack, but it's usually easy to guess what element it is just by looking at the animation. Whether the attack is physical or magical can also be estimated, depending on whether the foe has hit you with a solid object or raw energy. This is important when it comes to choosing armor, deciding which stats to buff and debuff. Some skills, especially when it comes to enemy attacks, are not 100% elemental, meaning that the elemental weakness or resistance bonus only applies to a small percentage of the total damage. Having 100% resistance to fire, for example, will only block half of the damage from an attack that is 50% fire. That is 50% fire elemental. Oh, that's interesting. On a related note, equips that boost elemental damage do not do so for skills that do not have a fixed element, like normal attack. Some foes may exhibit intelligent behavior. Always check if this is mentioned in their bestiary info. They may attack the weakest player or try to exploit elemental weaknesses. They may even be even better at this on harder difficulties. Knowing about this can make it simple to predict which player a foe is going to attack next, and then protecting that player or moving them into backup. We've seen that before in some of the descriptions. Keep in mind if a skill's damage is physical or magical. Check the description. All players are more effective with one stat than the other, and equips and buffs enhance them separately. Most foes have equal defense against both, but some are weaker to one type of damage compared to the other. Bestiary info will show you this. Skill combos can greatly multiply damage and are worth setting up more often than not. In 2 turns, you can buff your main attacker, debuff the foe's defense, apply a status effect that improves elemental damage, freeze or stagger the foes, and then hit them with your strongest attack or 2. All of these together multiply the damage exponentially. This is especially useful before using limit breaks and other powerful attacks. This is why I tend to use 7th Heaven before using any of the other limit breaks when I start a boss fight. Remember to take a break from playing video games every hour or so. Prolonged sitting can lead to hemorrhoids and early death, even in real life. You should try to eat a vegetable occasionally, and remember not to look directly at the sun. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know not to look directly at the sun. Although you may need to say that to Matt. Let's see what's here. Unlike previous epic battle fantasy games, buffs don't stack in this game. I mentioned this before. A buff or debuff always applies a fixed value. For example, a 50% buff given to a player with an existing 20% buff will only result in a 50% buff. This makes debuffs very dangerous, as they can easily cancel out buffs. However, there also exists equipment that improves buff skills, which can lead to some enormous buffs. There are many advantages to switching your allies during battle. Switching does not cost a turn. Players in backup positions will automatically be healed. While not completely, they'll regain health per turn, as you saw. Players in backup may have better buffs if active players have been debuffed or dispelled. Switching players frequently allows you to use skills with cooldowns more often. And here, more studying. Study, study, study. Gotta keep studying. Some status effects can be crippling against certain foes. Many stronger foes resist the worst effects, but not always. Check if a strong foe can be affected with death or siphon, for example. There may be a simple way to immobilize a powerful foe. There also exists equipment that can improve the chances of status effects working. The good and bad luck status effects also modify the chances of status effects being inflicted. And many status effects can be used in combination with others. For example, being inflicted with both wet and chill may lead to freeze. The dry status increases the chances of being burned or scorched. Having bad luck and being hit with doom leads to death, but with good luck, death only leads to stagger. Ooh, that's a new one. I didn't know that. In addition, many status effects modify the damage caused by elemental attacks, and this can be exploited for defense or offense. Eh? I should have gotten a medal for that, shouldn't I? There's supposed to be a medal for reading everything in the library. 37 minutes minus a few minutes. Huh? Why didn't I get the medal? I read through all of that. I did all the studying. Why didn't I get the medal in return? I demand my medal. I'm gonna check that. Okay, this video has been going on pretty long. Even with the edits I'm gonna have to make, but I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check that medal. So I guess this has been studying the game with Emerald Lupin. Maybe that should be the title of the video: studying the game, or studying or something. Studying at the library. I guess that's what I'll call it. studying at the Greenwood Library. Maybe, whatever. I'm gonna check and see about that metal. Maybe, I don't think I missed anything, but maybe they got rid of the metal. I don't know. And I'll come back in just a little bit.